is on your, Sharice, Mount Rushmore of Star Trek captains? Now, I'm speaking specifically about the shows, not the movies. But who, pray tell, if you wouldn't mind indulging us, are your Star Trek Mount Rushmore people?
That is a good question. And it's different from what I thought you were going to ask. So you had said before in an email, like offline, about who's like the best captain. And I asked the same question to my audience on my YouTube channel. And we have this whole debate of like, who's the best captain? And the interesting thing that I discovered from the community was that it depends on the context. So who is, for example, Cisco was a wartime captain, right?
Okay, fair.
And so you got to kind of think, if we had, I don't know, Archer or somebody in that same situation, what would they do? Like, would they have been as good? If we had Picard in Cisco's situation, would he have been as good? Consequently, or conversely, I should say, we have Janeway, who was out in the Delta Quadrant. And so she was just flying by the seat of her pants, trying to figure it out to get home. And you got to wonder, okay, would Cisco have acted the same way? Would Picard have acted the same way? You know what I mean? Like, if we swap them around, would they actually have been as good in that role? And the example I always think about is the episode Chain of Command, where Picard gets kidnapped by the Cardassians and it's awful. And Captain Jellicoe comes in, who's the worst. But in that situation, he was the man for the job. Not the man for the flagship 24/7, but the man for the job in that exact incident, right? So I think there's kind of two parts. One part is who's the best captain for the job, and it depends on the job. Then the second part is who's your personal favorite captain, which is a whole different thing. That's just like, who do I care for? Like, it has nothing to do with their abilities in leadership. Because that was one of the things I kind of rated all the captains on. How good are they as a leader, as a communicator, as a problem solver, things like that. And so I think for me, it's kind of a two-part split. I am obsessed with Captain Janeway because she was the first female captain. And me as a young woman growing up, I was like, I want to be Janeway when I grow up. So on the one hand, I would just love to be Janeway. But on the other hand, if it was like, who's the best boss? Like, what ship would I want to be on? It is the Enterprise D under Picard all day, every day. I do not want to be on Deep Space Nine. It's falling apart. I don't want to be on that initial Enterprise in the ship in Enterprise because y'all are still messing with replicators. No. We need to have technology fleshed out. So it's really practical. Do you know what I mean? So it's really hard to say like who's the best. It's just who's your favorite, and then who would be best in any situation.